Hola mis serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're doing a tutorial review and swatches of Beauty Bay's Wilderness palette. Now I ordered this palette when I first got it through the mail, like when you first launched I ordered it. I just didn't really get a chance to sit down and do it till now because of the fact that my kids just started school. So I've been for the past week and a half or whatever buying just clothes, all that stuff, and then having to drive. I'm literally driving to like 3 different schools. I'm driving to middle school and then to a high school and then to the elementary school. My son has afternoon kindergarten, so I have to like literally drop my third one off, come back later, drop him off. And it gets better because the little one is just going to start preschool in a couple of months. And then I'm going to be driving to like 4 different schools. So I've been all over the place. It's not that I've been sick or anything like that. I've been perfectly fine, you guys. It's just I've been running around with a chicken with its head cut off. And I just haven't had time to sit down. So now I'm stuck to like maybe once per week, if even that. And I'm going to literally only be recording on the weekends if I can, you know. I'm really sorry for that. That's just for now. That's just what I'm looking at. I'm giving you guys a heads up. That's what it's going to be from now on until this gets less crazy over here, or at least I can get enough time, hopefully, get it together a little bit more. But for now, that's what it is, okay? So I did get it, and it's really pretty. I like the design of it. It has like this, I want to say it looks like wood, but it's like greenish wood. Like I get it, you know, it's called Wilderness, but it does have like that little wood, you know when they chop down a tree and this is the inside of the tree. That's what it looks like. In the back it says Wilderness. Reconnect with Mother Nature with the Wilderness palette. Inspired by all the rich earthly tones, leafy greens, and molted shades that nature has to offer us. This 20 shade palette features wearable hues while still allowing you to explore your creativity. Featuring the same Beauty Bay formula you know and love, each shade is packed with full of pigment. It's super blendable and lasts all day without fading. It does have like the little ingredients in the back. When you take it out, I just love the packaging of the actual palette because it does have that same aesthetic to it. This looks more like, you know, mountaintops from far away for some reason, but it does have these little dots in here, and the dots are like iridescent. They like make it look like they look like stars from far away for some reason. I don't know why, but it looks super cute. And it doesn't say the same thing in the back, the same message that I read to you guys. When you open it up, it does have a little protection on the mirror, and it does have a little protection slip that goes directly on top of the shadows. And these are the shadow colors. Now, I will tell you guys that I really love this palette. I feel like the shimmers are what sell it to you. The shimmer formula from them reminds me a lot of the shimmer formula from Glamlight. So if you like the shimmer formula from Glamlight, you're going to like their formula. It's very creamy, very smooth. Not all of them. I did experience one of these is like a regular shimmer formula. So it's not like dry, but it's not like super creamy. This one right here is super delicate. It feels like putty. You know, you're like pushing it around. Very pretty though. To say that they're pigmented, they are pigmented. They're not lying. This super compact, kind of like intense pigment. I just love the way my eye look came out today, and I was like, oh. So there is a tutorial, you guys. I know I didn't get to, like, my last 2 videos didn't have tutorials, and it's been so long since I've done a video. It's like, oh. Thank you to those who actually reached out to me to ask how I was doing, because I was like, they must feel like I abandoned them, and I don't want you guys to feel that way. I didn't. It's just, it's been hard. It's been hard trying to run around doing all this stuff with all 5 kids, and it's like, I broke down the other day. I told my husband, I don't know, it's hella hard. You know, driving all around is crazy. I go, and I don't get a minute to myself, and it's like, how am I supposed to do this? He's like, it's okay. You're going to get through it, you know? So I liked the whole palette. I probably wouldn't use Show right here, and that's just because it's a very light, khaki peachy tone matte, and I don't really use those tones. Definitely this is not the palette for the timid. So if you're the type of person that doesn't like color, this is not the palette for you. This is going to create a whole bunch of different colors, especially in the greens and the brown, the blues right here. You got some red right here. Maybe this is probably the most neutralist you'll get right here. This little quad area right here. And everything else is like, didn't come to play with the color. If you want a more like neutral with a pop of color, then definitely buy this palette. Use another palette with it. And then that way you'll get more neutral base, maybe with a little bit of pop of color. Because by itself, on its own, you're going to have a lot of color. Not something that is going to be subtle. This is like, you're not shy. Look at me. I am here, okay? Because that is the type of looks you're going to get with this. So I'm going to start with the swatches. I'm going to start right here in this corner, and I'm going to go clear across each of the rows until we get to the end of this palette, okay? The first one is called Show, and like I said, it's just like this cream, and the matte is super creamy. It's like this soft matte. It's not actually a dry form of matte, which I love. I love that. And like I said, it's like this peach khaki. It's very light, you guys. It's very light tone matte. Not something that I would ever use, but I always like to mention it. You know, that's just me. You guys don't listen to me, okay? Next, we have Skye. This is a gorgeous blue. It reminds me of like a robin's egg sort of blue. It's so pretty, and it is a matte. Look how gorgeous that is. Next, you have Ray. Ray I use as my inner corner highlight. Ray reminds me a lot of a Super Shock shadow. Y'all see how sheer it is? So you're going to have to apply it more than once, but it is a beautiful, like, glittery tone type of shimmer. And it's so freaking pretty. Because it has this shift between like a gold and a green in there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's so freaking pretty. It reminds me a lot of a Super Shock shadow. Honestly, it does. Because it has this sheerness, but at the same time, you just have to pack it on, and it's just so gorgeous on the eye. It really is. Next, we have Twilight. Twilight is just a very dark blue matte. And it does feel really dry on the patchy end, just letting you guys know. I'm gonna, because right now I'm looking at it, and it does feel really dry. But look at that gorgeous royal blue color. Now we have Ocean. I'm loving this. Oh my god, it's so freaking pretty. Look at it. Look at it. It's just like this blue, and it has all these obvious light blue glitters in it. It looks so freaking gorgeous. I'm regretting that I did not create a blue look, but I did get a comment at one point when someone was saying all you do is blue looks, and I was like, I'm sorry, but I see a blue in a palette, and that's what I gravitate towards, right? In the next row, we have Forest, a dark green matte. Very, very pretty too as well. Then we have Breeze over here. Look how gorgeous Breeze is. It reminds me of a mint green shimmer, and it does have these vibrant light green glitter throughout it. So a lot of these are like pressed pigment shadows, I want to say, but they do have glitter in them. They're not like regular shimmers. And next you have Mint, and it's an actual mint green. That's so freaking gorgeous. A light matte. You have to pack it on, but it does show up. I didn't get to use that today, but look at that. Just tell me y'all wouldn't use that. I know some of you guys like pastels. That's like a pastel minty green. Moss, I used this one today, and oh my god, look at it is so freaking pretty. And it does have light green glitter throughout it too as well. These are very like shimmery, glittery type of shimmers. They're not like regular, like that's why I say they remind me so much of the Glam Light shimmers. The Glam Light shimmers have like clear glittery shimmer throughout the whole formula of it. That's why it reminds me so much of them, of that type of formula. Ivy, oh god, if you love dark matte greens, like look at this, just look at this. It looks like a dark ivy. It is a dark matte green, and it does feel dry on the dry end, and it is somewhat patchy on the sides. I don't know if it would, you know, show up patchy on the eye personally, because I didn't get to use that today, but it is a very pretty color, I have to admit. In the next row, we have Lime. This is a light green shimmer. Creamy, very pigmented. It has light gold glitter throughout it as well. Look at that. Like, oh, I really love those ones. It's a really pretty color. Leaf is this olivey tone green matte. A little bit of fallout with that one. But look how gorgeous that is. Eucalyptus is a dark, grungy olive tone green. This is just like a darker version of this one, honestly. That one is a lighter olive, and this is just like a dark olive. It's just really pretty, though. It's just a matte. Look at that. I'm thinking with this one, I do see somewhat a little bit of patchiness, but I don't think it's going to give you any problems, honestly. And then you have Marigold right here, which is a golden mustard type of yellow matte. I'm loving this shade, though. It's so freaking gorgeous. Look at that. Then you have Fossil over here. Fossil is that one that I used right here. And it is intense. It's like this golden champagne type of foiled shimmer. It does have light gold glitter throughout it. And it is so creamy the way it glides on. But I will tell you guys that it's like putty in that pan. You literally use your finger and to try to, you know, grab some, and it just leaves like a little creamy indentation, little hole in there. So I would say take it easy when you're using it in general. It mushes around a lot, but look at that. It'll blind you. It's so glare. The glare of it is just intense. It's a gorgeous shade, really. Beginning of the last row, we have Poppy here. And Poppy is just like this very bright, Christmassy red matte. I didn't get to use that one today, but oh my god, look how pigmented this thing is. Look at that. It's like a fire engine red. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like, dang, that didn't come to play right there, did it? Next, you have Raw right here. And Raw, I used that one today, and it's just like this dark brick red matte. I do have a lot of fallout right now that I'm doing the swatch. Kick up in the pan, so FYI. I did use that. It is like a soft matte, and I had no problems, like, you know, I was thinking I would have had like maybe patchiness on the eye because I usually have that type of problem with reds especially, but it gave me no problems. It blended out like beautifully, and I was like, I was shocked. It shook me, okay? Next you have Heat. This one is a shimmer. This looks like a metallic, and it has very light crushed shimmers, like almost like glitter in there. I don't know. It just looks very pretty, especially on the eye, you guys. It's gorgeous on the eye. Y'all wouldn't believe how freaking pretty that looks on the eye. It's so gorgeous. Look at that. Next you have Earth, and this is just this chocolatey brown matte. A little bit of fallout as well. I'm loving that they added that brown, but I think this would have been 1,000 times better if it would have been a dark brown. Just like a deepening, you know, neutral shade like that. I think it would have been perfect. But it's still okay that they gave us that brown. But for me, I couldn't use that brown to, you know, deepen out my, like a smoky eye. Heck no, not with that. Because all the other colors in here are darker than that actual brown. Like, you wouldn't be able to do it. You'd be able to do it with a dark blue or a dark green. Certainly not with that little chocolate brown. Get out of here, chocolate brown. What are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing to this eye. Last but not least, we have Sunrise, which is this gorgeous pumpkin orange matte. I use this as my transition shade today, and it's gorgeous. It's like a pumpkin spice orange. You know, I can't say no to it. It's a perfect for fall. Look at that. It's just, oh, it's beautiful. I love oranges, okay? Orange eyeshadows just draw me in too. And that's pretty much all of the shadows, you guys. Hopefully I was able to help you decide whether you wanted the palette for yourselves. I definitely recommend it. I think it's a very pretty palette. It has a lot of potential. I think if you mix this in with another more neutral base palette, like I said, if you want another palette that has maybe dark brown, like an espresso brown, or a black, and you mix it with this one, oh, like game changer. You can do so much more, because I don't know, to me this would have been 1,000 times better if they would have just maybe got rid of snow, in my opinion. I know a lot of people like light shades, obviously, but you could have gave me a black, and then you would have maybe gave me an espresso brown, and I would have been in love with this fella. I would have been like, oh, look at it. But that's just me, you know? I'm crazy like that. I just like darker shades. I don't want to bother sometimes with light tones because a lot of times light tones just don't do it for me. They'll either show up and then disappear later, like 1 or 2 hours later because they're light, you know? It's like they go on chalky, they look powdery, they don't look right on my skin tone, and then I've had times where I put on gray and then 2 hours later that gray is gone because I have oily skin and it like, I don't know what it did. It absorbed it or something. It's just gone. It's not there no more. And then, I don't know, some of them look off on my skin tone. I just don't feel comfortable in them. So I like the darker shades. That's just what I gravitate towards, okay? So that's pretty much it, you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. I'm really, really sorry. I'm going to try my best to at least put out 1 video per week. Y'all already know, a lot of you guys have been following me for a while, and you know that I have 5 kids. It's just, I'm all over the place right now, and it's really hard, but I'm going to try my best to try to get at least 1 video per week for you guys. Hopefully I get some type of normalcy in this craziness that I have going on right now. But other than that, if you guys want to see how I could just look today, then just stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so for my first color, I went with Sunrise right here. Sunrise is a very orange type of terracotta matte. That's basically what it is. It's just a straight up orange, like a pumpkin orange. That's the one you guys are going to see me use as my transition shade, okay? Next, I went in with Fossil. Fossil is such a beautiful champagne color. It does have a whole bunch of glitters in it, so it is like a sort of like a shimmer with glitter. That's if you want to think about it that way. It's very delicate, I want to say, because as I was trying to use it, I noticed that it was very just creamy. Almost like if you press hard enough, you're going to get an indentation in that shadow. That's how I felt it anyways, but it is a very pretty color. I'm just going to apply it right here on half of my lid, you know, towards the, how you guys see it over here. It's just in this beginning part of my eyelid, okay? That is what you guys can see me do. Next, I use this shimmer right here that's called Heat. This shimmer actually is a lot less creamier than this one. This is more of like a true shimmer, but it does have glitter in it as well. It has like this very vibrant yellowish type of glitter, almost like a green. It's very hard to describe, but it is a tougher type of, like a more firmer type of shimmer. It's not like this one. This one's super creamy. Like if you move it, it moves around like putty inside of there. I don't know. But this one's cute too. This is more like a metallic shimmer red. It's very cute the way. And you guys are basically going to see me just apply it to this side of my lid right here. Just like I did on here. That's what you guys are going to see me do. I'm going to apply it with my finger on this side of my lid. That's it. That's basic, okay? That's what you guys are going to see me do. So now I'm going to take Raw right here. Raw is just a very dark cherry tone matte. And I'm going to put it ever so slightly right here in this corner and then down here almost like halfway. Just like I did right here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's 2 tones of red. There's that red shimmer that I just put in that's called Heat. And then right there in that corner and then down where you have here, you guys are going to see me use that Raw red, which is a gorgeous red. It's like this very deep cherry tone red. And I had no problems with blending, none of that, you know, like it surprised me. Because usually when something's that pigmented, you kind of either have chalky or something like that. And that one did not have that problem. So I was like, I'm here for that one. So that's what you guys can see me do, okay? Now I'm going to take this beautiful green that's called Moss. It is just a gorgeous green shimmer. And it's just almost like this one right here. It's very creamy. I'm not hating it. I actually love this formula. Look how gorgeous that is. And it does have a lot of glitter type of shimmer in it, which is like a light green, like a lime green almost. I don't know. I loved it. It's freaking gorgeous. And basically what you're going to see me do, I'm going to put it right here. And then halfway, sort of blending into that red that's already there. That's what you're going to see me do, okay? Last but not least, for my inner corner highlight, I used Ray right here, which is this. God, you guys, I can't even begin to explain how gorgeous Ray is. It is this dual chrome almost, because it looks like a gold and it has this reflective green in it. And it has this very clear of green and gold glitter throughout it, like micro diamonds. Sort of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it is so beautiful. And I don't know, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it right there in the corner using my, you know, using my finger like always. This one does feel like a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop, because it's not like completely solid, but it's a little on the sheer side end. So definitely, I would say it reminds me a lot of a Super Shock shadow from ColourPop, but I'm not hating it. It's gorgeous on the eye. And just like, I don't even know if you guys could tell, but that you see it has like this gold green sort of reflect in between, like a dual chrome. It's very pretty. I don't know. I'm going to do that, okay? Just apply it right there in the corner using my finger like always. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me go put some black in my waterline, some mascara, and I'll be right back to give you guys a close-up, okay? So this is the finished eye look today, you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. I honestly love this palette. I think it's cute. I think it has a lot of potential. I would definitely recommend using it with another palette, not by itself, even though you could create technically looks with this, but I feel like the looks would be out there. So definitely not for the timid. I don't think it's for timid people. It's called Wilderness, so come on. Put two and two together. We could get, this is not for the shy people. So I'm gonna back you guys out and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. Like I said, I really like this palette. I feel like the color story is not, it's not for timid people at all, because basically the only neutral you really have in this palette is this one. Oh, you know, we have a brown right here, but it's not, I don't feel like it's a deepening brown shade. This is more like an overall color. Maybe you could create maybe a neutral look using these four little quad right here, maybe even that one right here, but that's pretty much it. You know, the majority of this palette is blue greens and some reds right here. I honestly, you guys, if you guys have been watching me for a while, I love blue greens. I would have wanted to do a blue green color sting on my eye look, but I've had people tell me that you always do a blue color. Like, you always do an eye look with blue. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. I like blue and green. That's what I gravitate towards, especially when it comes to certain palettes. But when I saw them promoting this, I've had this for a while, first of all, you guys. It's just, I ordered it on launch day. I got it maybe, I don't know, it takes a while to get from Beauty Bay from me. It's like 3 weeks, 4 weeks almost. It takes forever. But I didn't do the video because I just haven't had the time, you guys. I've been running around with kids and stuff at school and stuff. It's like, it's for another day to tell you guys what it's been worse. I definitely recommend this palette. I think it's cute. If you're almost a person that's not used to so much color, I would definitely recommend you using it with a different palette. Like, use a neutral palette. Put it with this palette. If you're just like, you know, neutral with a pop of color, that's fine. You could be that way. You know, I'm that way some days. I just want neutral with a little bit of color. I want neutral in general. And I don't really wear this type of looks for every day. It's like, and that's fine. Like I said, this is a really pretty palette. I love these greens. The shimmers in here are incredible. The shimmers in here what sell it. That's what makes it worth it, because this shimmer, I use these three right here and plus that one, but these three alone, like, oh, they're so gorgeous. They remind me a lot of Glamlight shimmer, so if you like Glamlight shimmer, like their formula, I think you'll love these type of ones. Just look at this one right here, and they called it Lime. Like, that's such a beautiful name for it in general. Look at that, like, oh. These shimmers, like, intense, metallic. They did not come to play. Obviously the pigmentation is there with every single one of them. And I don't know about, I can't really speak for all the mattes because I didn't use all the mattes, but I can tell you that raw right here was not chalky at all, like not patchy. I had no problems with blending or anything like that, so I was like really surprised. I was like, wow. Normally my experience with reds, especially with reds, they're a little on the patchy end, and this one I had no problem, so I don't know. I'm gonna let you guys go. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.